So, can your works actually get you into heaven? This is a story from a couple of weeks ago, but it's still actually circulating. There's a lot of people still talking about it, including our subject today. Controversial figure. I know people have opinions about him, but Donald Trump is talking about salvation in a very interesting way. A couple of weeks ago, he was talking about the Ukrainian Russian conflict and the wars and everything that's happening. I want to show you a clip that was taken from a Fox and Friends interview. And then I also want to show you an email that he sent out that I actually received in my inbox and read it. And I was like, okay, there's a pattern here. So I wanted to break this down. Let's go ahead and take a look at what was actually said in this interview. Here we go.
Just want to end it. I want to end it. You know, we're not losing American lives. We're not losing American soldiers. We're losing Russian and Ukrainian, mostly soldiers. Some people, as missiles hit wrong spots or get lobbed into cities like Kiev and towns. But, if I can save 7,000 people a week from being killed, I think that's I want to try and get to heaven if possible. I'm hearing I'm not doing well. I hear I'm really at the bottom of the totem pole.
So very interesting stuff that he's saying here. And I think what's so interesting about it is that there is clearly some retrospection looking at the situation and saying, hey, if I can do good here, then maybe that can earn me a spot in heaven. He's clearly thinking that way, even if he doesn't really grab the entirety of what that statement might mean. The reason why I said there's now a pattern is he said this a couple of weeks ago, but then he sent out an email that had this. Let me show you just the picture here. You see, this is from his email from whatever service that they use to send to donors or to people who voted or Republican Party members or whatever. And you can see at the top here, right here, he says, I want to try and get into heaven. He talks about in the email, he talks about being saved in Butler County and how God is using him and all of this stuff. And it's ultimately a campaign ask and, hey, would you donate to this so that we can win midterms and do all of this? But I think what's really interesting about both of these things is you're now starting to see a pattern where he is trying to work his way into heaven. And a lot of people might have the that same kind of thing of like, well, if I do good, then I'll get good in return, right? This whole concept of karma. And if I do something good here, then this will happen here. And he's clearly saying, he's like, I know that I'm not on the good side of a lot of people. And so if I can do good here, then maybe I can earn my way into heaven, because a lot of people don't think that I'm going to go to heaven. And so I wanted to read something out of Ephesians. Ephesians chapter 2, verses 8 and 9 says this: for it is by grace that you have been saved through faith, and this is not from yourselves. It is the gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast. Sorry about that. So that no one can boast. And so scripture clearly tells us, hey, there is no way apart from a saving relationship with God that can save you. No amount of good deeds, no amount of good works. It's great that the president is trying to put peace in between these countries, but if you're doing that so that then you can earn salvation, you're really missing the mark. And I would ask the question, does Trump really understand salvation? And the people that are around him, are they explaining this to him? His press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, came out and said, no, he really meant this. Like, this was something that he really did genuinely mean, something that he's genuinely looking to. If I can do this over here, then maybe this thing will happen. And so obviously scripture itself, the Bible, is not subscribing to that belief. We know that it is faith and works. It is our works that's produced by the faith that we have in Jesus that becomes the fruit of our labor, but we are not saved by that. As a matter of fact, we can't do anything to save ourselves from that. And so clearly there's some misunderstanding. I'm hoping and I'm praying that the people around President Trump can come around him and explain this to him and help him to understand that, hey, it's great that you want to do this. And hopefully he has a relationship with Jesus and he's wanting to pursue peace, not for any other reason than because of that relationship that he had. And we've seen this with multiple other people where they get this misunderstanding that if I do good, if I'm doing the right things, if I'm towing the line, then I can earn my way into heaven. Scripture does not tell us that. There's nothing in the Bible that would ever let us believe that we can earn our way into heaven by doing things like this. And so I'm praying for Donald Trump. I'm praying for the people around him, and I'm praying that he would understand salvation. I mean, this is now two things that have happened pretty quickly, and I'm sure we're going to get more where he's talking about heaven and what he can do. And I just hope that he understands there's nothing you can do. It's having a relationship with Jesus, serving him, and out of that, there be a flow. So let me know what you think. Is it weird that the president is kind of talking about this and trying to do policy in a way that earns him into heaven? And what are your expectations or understandings of what it means to be saved and what that means for your life? Let me know what you have understood about salvations and how Ephesians might have changed that or helped to reinforce that. Let me know in the comments. I can't wait to see you for the next video. Thank you so much for watching.